If you are planning on learning German, you need to find the best YouTube channels for learning German. There are YouTube channels for everything from grammar lessons to listening comprehension exercises to test preparation help and everything in between. So, how do you choose which ones are the best for your needs? Well, for starters, you watch this video. Most of the channels on my list for today don't just do one kind of video. They combine listening comprehension videos and grammar and culture all together. I'm going to list these channels, however, by a few categories that I think will be most helpful for German learners. If you're looking for a certain kind of video, the categories that I'm using today will help you find exactly what it is that you need when you need it. For example, I pride myself on my German grammar lessons. My channel has some listening comprehension videos, but there are other channels that do it better. My channel isn't exclusively this or that, but I would say that my channel is more grammar oriented, so I would put my channel in the German grammar category for today's video. I'll link the channels featured in this video along with their websites, Patreon pages, and other pertinent information in the pinned comment down below this video because there is too much information to fit in the description. If you think I missed a channel that deserves to be on this list, please leave a comment down below and let me know what makes that channel unique. Let's start off with the category that I think is most difficult to get right, listening comprehension. If you're going to learn any language, comprehensible input is key. The more you listen to a language, the more you interact with it, the more you experience it, the more you will learn. Listening comprehension videos are the best way to expand your vocabulary, put your grammar lessons into practice, and check your language learning progress. Easily the best channel in this category is Easy German. If you haven't come across them yet, you are truly missing out. Here's a quick introduction from Kari and Janusz.
Hallo, wir sind Kari und Janusz von Easy German.
Wir machen Interviews auf der Straße in Berlin.
Und mit diesen Interviews könnt ihr später mit deutschen und englischen Untertiteln Deutsch lernen. Ihr findet uns auf youtube.com/easygerman.
As they said, they do street interviews in Berlin. They ask questions of native German speakers and they answer in real German. You get authentic conversational German in every single video. Some of their most recent video topics include, have you lied today? What is Angela Merkel's legacy? How do you stay in shape? And how do you describe yourself? It doesn't matter what you are trying to learn, there is an Easy German episode for that. Go to their channel and use the search button to find anything you would want. With over 600 videos on their channel, you will have enough to spend the next year and most of the following one watching an Easy German video every single day. They are also uploading a new video every Sunday and Wednesday, so you will never run out of listening comprehension videos from Easy German. The next channel in the listening comprehension category is not actually meant for language learners. Kurz gesagt is a channel that is dedicated to explaining complex topics in the areas of space, physics, biology, politics, and philosophy. Even though this channel isn't intended for German learners, it is still a great resource for you. Their simple explanations and entertaining animations make the information easy to digest, and the German subtitles are there if you need the extra support. If you are a more advanced learner, I definitely recommend that you check out Kurz gesagt. Next up is another channel that is not intended as a language learning resource, Tagesschau. This is actually a German news program put together by Deutsche Welle. I haven't noticed too much of a political bias in their coverage, and they speak incredibly clear and relatively slow German, which makes it great for German learners. They do tend to speak a bit faster than most beginners can handle, and the vocabulary is definitely not for beginners, but advanced learners can keep up with current events and learn German at the same time. I personally watch Tagesschau on the Google Nest Hub in my kitchen while I'm washing the dishes. It worked great as a podcast too if you want the listening comprehension without the visuals. Next up is a friend of the channel and a very enthusiastic German teacher, Anja. On the channel Learn German with Anja, you will find a ton of excellent lessons, but her listening comprehension videos are my personal favorite. She speaks slow enough for beginners to understand, and in many of her older videos, she repeats herself so that you can understand what she is saying. Anja's channel also includes lessons on building vocabulary, pronunciation practice, and German grammar. If you're looking for an energetic and exciting German teacher, Anja is the teacher for you. I've been a big fan of the Slow German podcast for many years, but the podcast is also available on YouTube. The title tells you everything that you need. Each lesson is a listening comprehension exercise about a topic of interest. Most recently, this includes lessons about German colonies and the German federal election, but you can also find lessons on a huge variety of topics like popular destinations for Germans on vacation, jobs, Christmas, asparagus, and a whole lot more. There are currently over 300 videos on our channel, so you will have plenty to keep you busy for a while. If you haven't used Deutsche Welle's German learning resources yet, you really need to check out their website. They have a ton of resources for every level of German learning. Most of their videos that they create are also available on YouTube. One of my favorite things that they have made is Nico's Weg, which is a series that follows a young man around Germany as he gets acclimated to the country and the language. It is perfect for beginners and goes all the way up to the B1 level. Jojo sucht das Glück is another great series and is aimed at the B1 and B2 levels. There are over 2,000 videos on their channel, so I recommend starting with their playlists. From here you can find videos that are best for your level and your needs. Deutsch mit Benjamin is definitely more for advanced learners, but the kind of lessons that you get on his channel cannot be found anywhere else on the internet. You heard that right. The videos that you find here are unique for the entire internet, not just YouTube. They are all entirely in German and aimed at everyday use of German, from slang to little particle words that you can find sprinkled throughout German sentences. One of my favorite videos of his shows how certain words flow together when speaking German. It's a pronunciation video that I haven't seen anyone else cover, and it is super insightful. His other pronunciation videos are also very well done. It's the little things that you don't really think about until it's pointed out to you, like the letter T being dropped out or softened in certain words like mitten and warten. I never would have noticed that on my own. His lessons are full of insights that'll help you to advance your German learning. My German short stories. I almost included this channel on the underrated channel category because 50,000 subscribers is not nearly enough for the amazing work that this channel produces. Once a month, they upload an animated story in German for German learners. They are simple stories that help you learn everyday vocabulary, and the drawings are great. This channel deserves so much more recognition than it currently has, so please go over there and subscribe to their channel right now. Bookbox is a website and an app that is dedicated to increasing literacy in many different languages. Obviously, I recommend that you use the German Learning channel for improving your German listening and reading comprehension. But if you're learning other languages, they likely have another channel for that language. Their videos are animated short stories with highlighted subtitles to help you follow along. This is geared towards children, so it is perfect for any of you who, like me, have little children at home who want to learn German. There is also a mobile app which I highly recommend, as you can take these books anywhere you go and learn when you have a few spare minutes. The Goethe Institute. This is another channel with a huge amount of content. The Goethe Institute is often touted as the gold standard of German learning. While I'm not familiar with their in-person lessons or their test prep classes, I love their Ticket nach Berlin series for German learners. It's like the TV show The Amazing Race. Several students from around the world have to compete in certain tasks in order to go on to the next part of the race. They speak German the entire time with each other and the people that they have to interact with in order to complete the race. It's a wonderful series for German learners. The Goethe Institute YouTube channel also has a ton of other lessons, which are mostly listening comprehension. Again, due to the amount of content on this channel, I recommend that you start with their playlist to find out what works best for you. Dein Sprachcoach. This channel is another great resource for pronunciation. For a long time, I thought Maria was a native German speaker, but she's actually from Russia. Her pronunciation is phenomenal, and she is known amongst the German language content creators as the Queen of Pronunciation. She even has an intensive course to help you lose your accent. I put her channel in the category of listening comprehension because all of her videos are in German, and a lot of them are specifically for vocabulary learning or specific uses of various words and phrases. Her videos are amazing. If you're looking for shorter videos from her, you should definitely check out her Instagram, where she has almost 300,000 followers. Up next is a category that I am pretty passionate about. I'm one of those people who believe that you need to understand grammar in order to advance your German learning skills. I don't think that it should be at the top of your list, which is why I put it after the listening comprehension category. But German grammar does have its place in language learning. If you're looking for grammar lessons in German, these channels are the best in the business. Deutsch für euch.
Hallo Leute, I'm Katja from Deutsch für euch. Been doing this for 9 years, so I have plenty of experience in explaining grammar in a way that you will actually understand, giving you fun listening comprehensions, and providing you with beaties. That's basically the summary of my channel. I do a little bit of everything, and I like to get it right.
Katja is one of the coolest grammar nerds you will ever meet. I use at least 10 of her videos in my in-person classes every single year. She has a joyful personality and teaches grammar in a way that everyone can understand. She breaks apart big topics into smaller bits, like her series on verb prefixes. There are currently 23 videos in this playlist about prefixes, and every single video in there is amazing. She breaks down what prefixes do to the verb, how it changes the meaning, as well as the other grammar bits around each prefix. Don't get confused when I tell you that German grammar lessons on Deutsch für euch are amazing. Her other videos are equally awesome. She does story time, which I personally really enjoy, and she tells stories about things that happen to her in German. Each story is equally entertaining and educational. Lingoni German. This channel used to be known as German with Jenny, but she expanded her business to include French and English lessons, so she rebranded as Lingoni. While she does some listening comprehension videos, most of her videos are about grammar topics and how to use certain phrases. She does an amazing job of giving lessons that are bite-sized. They are shorter explanations of smaller parts of grammar. Every lesson is clearly explained, and I am personally a huge fan of her work. Deutsch mit Maria. I've mentioned this channel before as the best place to go for proficiency exam preparation lessons. This is still true. Maria's videos all have CEFR levels listed in the title so that you know exactly which level it is intended for. Each topic that she covers can be directly correlated to a topic needed for the exam at that level in the video. Her website boasts a 16-week course that guarantees you will pass the B2 exam. Watching her videos on YouTube will increase your reading and writing skills in German, which is something that you can't say about too many channels on YouTube. Your German teacher. Johannes and Luzi have videos that I consider to be very similar to the style of videos that I make. Their lessons are in English about German grammar, and they have a green screen with graphics behind them. Obviously their style of teaching is different than mine, but the overall format is pretty similar. They really shine when they explain the differences between small things, like the difference between weil, denn, and da, or the temporal adjectives such as oft, selten, and manchmal. This channel is full of fantastic grammar lessons, so you should definitely check them out. Linkster Academy. This channel is another one with pretty straightforward German grammar lessons. They include charts and other helpful graphics to help you understand complicated topics. She has an excellent video about the Konjunktiv 1, which I have never covered in this channel. She also has a much better video about basic sentence structure than my video is. Hers explains a lot more than my video did, and it is definitely worth checking out. Andrea Thionville. Andrea Thionville has been on YouTube for a very long time. I started watching her channel for the songs for German learners. They are catchy and entertaining. Lately I've started watching more of her German grammar lessons. She always labels them with the level at which they are targeted. What makes her unique, however, are the drawings and graphics. I tend to use a lot of stock images that I download from the internet, where hers are all created by her and they are adorable. There's a pretty solid argument to be made that I should have put her channel in the listening comprehension section, as her videos do accomplish this goal. But ultimately I ended up on the grammar end, as the listening comprehension that she does is aimed at helping you understand grammar. Up next is the category of culture. A lot of people seem to think that this category doesn't belong in German learning, but I believe that you really can't understand a language until you understand its people. These channels may also teach you some German language along the way, but I put them in this category of culture. Don't Trust the Rabbit. First up is a personal favorite of mine, Trixie from Don't Trust the Rabbit. Trixie will teach you idiomatic expressions in German, but she will also teach you a lot about the way Germans think. If you want to learn about the mindset of a German, you need to watch her videos. She talks about what it's like being pregnant in Germany, things that you shouldn't say to people, and a whole lot more. Get Germanized. One of the OG German teachers on YouTube is Vuko, aka Meister Lehnsherr, aka Dominic. He has been around making German YouTube videos since 2009, and he's still going strong. He teaches a variety of German-related topics like many in this video, but my personal favorites of his are the cultural videos. He talks about things that you should and shouldn't say in Germany, various phrases to use in certain situations, and even reads German stories on occasion. I think one of the best things about Dominic's channel is that you can never really know what's going to be in the next video. One week it might be top 5 German Christmas movies, and the next week he's just talking about his thoughts on various topics while driving around in Germany in his car. And there are also videos on German stories, phrases, and even grammar. His channel has a huge variety of content, so you should definitely stop by over there and check out what he has going on. Feli from Germany.
Hello and servus. I'm Feli. I was born and raised in Munich, Germany, and I've been living in the US for about 5 years now, since I was 22. On my YouTube channel, I mainly talk about cultural differences between the US and Germany, my experiences of living here as an expat, and I also try to answer questions about Germany and the German language that I often find myself confronted with in conversations with Americans in my everyday life.
I only recently found this channel, but her videos have been really taking off. Feli is a German who has been living in the United States. On her channel, she compares her experiences in the US to her experiences in Germany. She is really insightful and has some great points about both German and American cultures. Recently, she's uploaded a video about the top 5 places to visit in Germany, which was a pretty cool video as well. A video that I personally enjoyed was her video about classic American TV shows that every German knows. I appreciate the nostalgia of seeing shows that I grew up with, as well as seeing the differences that come up with those shows. Underrated channels that need more hype. The last category for today are channels that don't get enough recognition for how awesome they are. These underrated channels have under 25,000 subscribers, but have the makings of a channel that will one day reach over 100,000. If you haven't subscribed to these channels, do it today and let them know in the comments down below their videos that I sent you there. Natural Fluent German. First up is Natural Fluent German. This channel has over 7,500 subscribers at the time that I wrote this script. Fleming teaches you German without concentrating on grammar. His lessons are mostly aimed at the B1 and above levels, which is something that not a lot of channels offer. In fact, most of my videos are at the A1 or A2 level, and I only have a few that are at the B1 or above. Some of his more recent videos include reading a German news article and explaining what is said in a simpler way than what is in the article. He really breaks it down well for you, and you can get a lot from that lesson. There's also a video about using music by Helene Fischer to learn German. He has vocabulary lessons, tips, and a whole lot more. He also does a podcast with another YouTuber on my list, Benjamin from the channel Deutsch mit Benjamin, in which they discuss topics around German learning and the German language. If you are learning German at the B1 or above level, his podcast is perfect for you. One of the best things that you can do at this level is take in as much German as you can. This podcast is perfect for putting on in the background while you do other things. It will definitely increase your listening comprehension and teach you a ton of other stuff. Deutsch lernen mit Max.
Das Oktoberfest, die Currywurst und Mercedes-Benz. Ich bin Max aus Deutschland und ich helfe dir beim Deutschlernen. Ich erkläre dir die deutsche Kultur und spreche langsam und authentisch.
If you like Anya's bubbly personality, you will love Max. His lessons are on a wide variety of topics. In one recent video, he gave 50 synonyms for gut, so you never have to worry about being repetitive. He talks about important verbs, common mistakes, and tips for test taking. He has a wealth of knowledge and definitely shows a skill level well above his current 5,000 subscribers. German with Tetiana. The third channel on my underrated channels list is German with Tetiana. She shares videos about grammar, vocabulary, and slang. I personally appreciate her use of memes and clips of authentic materials within her videos. It also adds a special component to her lessons. Tetiana is an excellent teacher, and you should definitely check out her channel. Lerne Deutsch.
Hallo Leute! My name is Steffi, and if you are interested in learning German, check out my free German course for beginners. I post weekly new lessons and you will get a PDF for free as well. But if you are advanced already, don't worry, you will find many more videos on my channel Lerne Deutsch. Mwah.
Steffi has a huge following on Instagram, but she is just getting started on YouTube and currently only has about 20,000 subscribers there. I, like many of her over 300,000 Instagram followers, thoroughly enjoy her short-form videos. But if you are looking for longer lessons from Steffi, her YouTube channel is full of wonderful lessons. She has lessons about separable prefix verbs, animal names, pronunciation, learning tips, and a whole lot more. She has an entertaining and unique perspective on German learning, and she has earned her spot on this list. Those are my recommendations for German learning YouTube channels. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have linked the channels mentioned in this video along with their other important links down in the pinned comment below this video. Go to their channels, subscribe, and enjoy their wonderful German lessons.